Kings rising, ready for the fight. Voices like thunder, we echo through the night. Together we'll soar, gonna reach new heights. Respect the queendom, hear the call of the true. Hit that like button, let the world see you. Sister and brother, we a powerful team. United in strength, we live in the dream. Everyone to the queendom. Stand tall, feel the beat, let it lead you home. With every like, every share, we elevate the tone. Together in this journey, never grow alone. Never grow alone. Yeah, never grow alone. Golden crowns shining, we don't wear them just for show. We carry our history, let the legacy flow. Battles behind us, but the future is ours. With rhythm in our blood, we're reaching for the stars. Claim your throne, this is where we belong. Singing our truth in a powerful song. So hear our voices, hear the strength in our sound. One heart, one spirit, together we're found. This is our kingdom, this is our fight. In the glory of sisterhood, we ignite the
Hello, everyone. How is everybody doing, y'all? Welcome to Astute Queen Bee's Thoughts, or Thoughts of Astute Queen Bee. This is our channel. We the Royal Gladiators over here because we never give up and we never give in. That is my mantra, okay? I pray that everyone is doing well today. I hope that nobody disturbed your peace. I hope that you took the time to thank God for waking you up this morning because he did it when he didn't have to do it. And I also hope that you had a conversation with your children about being safe out there on those streets and keeping an eye out on their friends and y'all keeping an eye on your family. Now, normally I do anything that has to do with the orange demon, I do it a different way. But today I have a lot to say and a lot to show. So I'm going to do it this way. So please do me a favor. Hit that like button. I know y'all don't like to hear about politics, but it's necessary to hear about politics. Why? Because it affects us all. It doesn't just affect poor people. It affects everybody. Okay? Everybody. So let me welcome y'all properly to the channel. Like I said, do me a favor, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you have not. Both of them, actually. If you're catching it on the replay after it loads, after it plays the first time, please hit that hype button. Push it out further in the algorithm because it is needed. Okay? So I like to bring y'all information so that y'all can keep an eye on things and y'all are really in tune to what's going on in this country, because the orange demon is doing a lot of things because he is selling our country to the highest bidder if people don't know. So I need y'all to wake up. He is trying to lead us into a war because he think he is a king and he is not. He is nothing but a demon. We all know that the devil was a angel, but a demon is something totally different. So at least he know he ain't going to heaven. So that works for me. So again, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. I would truly appreciate that. Now, what I wanted to say, I'm going to show y'all some video clips. And let me put up this banner real quick while I say this. Okay. Any videos, any sound bites that I use are covered under the Copyright Act of 1976, Section 107. Copyright and fair use is in full effect right now. Fair use, fair use, fair use. Copyright claim under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance made for fair use purposes. We are using this for criticism, commenting, news reporting, teaching, and research. That's what we're using it for. Fair use is permitted by copyright status that might otherwise be infringing nonprofit, educational, personal use tips to balance the favor of fair use. These video clips that I'm going to show you, these sound bites that I'm going to play for you, you need to know, and they are covered under the Copyright Act of 1976. Fair use, fair use, fair use. Let me say that again. Fair use. Okay. Let's see if we can keep them from tearing my channel up or trying to block everything that I play. I understand the Orange Demon has his little flunkies running around trying to figure out who's talking about him and all that other stuff. I get it. But it needs to be discussed. So I'm going to show you some clips that I found on TikTok. And shout out to our good girl, Jasmine Crockett, okay? Because she is telling us some things that we need to be aware of. But it's some other people. I forgot this young lady's name. She really tickles me. But this melanin deficient, because I'm trying to say it right. I don't want to call them white people because they're not white. You look at a sheet of paper, they are not white. They are just melanin deficient people. So I'm going to try my best to continue to say melanin deficient and not say white people because they are not white. Put a crown to their face, they do not match it. Okay. So let me show. I can't remember this lady's name, but I want to show you this man and his wife having a conversation. And they had this conversation in their car, and they were talking about what's going on in the government. Now, when people that are melanin deficient really start seeing things, this is what you get. Oh, first, let me give y'all the walkthrough. Wait a minute. Give me a second. Gotta give y'all the walkthrough. Hold on. My apologies, y'all. Let me give y'all the walkthrough song. I don't know what I was thinking. I was about to get all in the business. Let me give y'all the proper walkthrough. And I appreciate everybody that comes through. Thank you for listening. And I would like your feedback as well. I appreciate that.
I got sauce too. Came with the gang, chop a ring, get a up shot. When I walk through, yeah, she found that who brought you. Twins in the bins once again, yeah, I brought two. When I walk through, deal for the sneaks, couple freaks got them geek. Puffing on that loud, I put Popeye in the leaf like a 30 perky. I'ma pop a nigga if he creep. When I walk through, bands on his head, yeah, get him off. Ooh, yeah, I'm that nigga, ayy, I'm that.
Okay, I found the song, but they gave me the little ratchet video. So I hope nobody takes offense to that, because I don't use the N-word, but he did in that song. And I guess I don't know if they made him take the other one down or not. But anywho, that's the walkthrough song. But let me get on down to showing y'all some stuff. Like I said, please do me a favor. Hit that like button. Share the video. Subscribe to the channel. And leave your comment down in the comment section, because I'd like to know how y'all feeling, what y'all think. Don't hold back. Just no cussing in my no cursing. Because I keep finding new people popping up and cussing in my comments. Please do not cuss in my comments, because you will be deleted. If you continue to do so, you will be blocked. I'm not trying to be mean or nasty, but I do not want cuss words anywhere in my stuff unless it's me. Okay? And if you're going to cuss, find creative ways to spell it. Do not write the regular words. Okay? I'd appreciate that. So, let me show this lady and her husband having this discussion, because I want people to understand it's for all of us. It's not just some of us. It's all of us. And when the melanin deficient people, start really stressing out, that lets you know it's just not about us. So here we go.
Y'all, Dave just said something to me that kind of threw me for a loop. I wasn't expecting that, and I asked if he would repeat it for y'all.
As a combat veteran, I'm having a hard time seeing the difference between ICE and ISIS. ISIS covered their face and publicly executed citizens. ICE is doing the same thing. ICE is operating as a government-sanctioned terrorist organization.
I don't ever really see you get upset. This kind of has me thrown, darling.
It should concern us all.
I know.
Like I said, when the melanin deficient people start tripping and are stressed out, especially veterans, because they know how things go, then you get to see and pay attention. Stop being bamboozled and hoodwinked by these people talking this crazy crap, acting like the Democrats are in control. They are not in control of anything except one position, one part of the government, and they have no say-so. That is why they are trying to come up with different ways to get this stuff done. Now, what I'm going to say is that Orange Demon needs to go. He should be impeached like yesterday because he don't mean this country no good. Like I said, he is selling this country off to the highest bidder. Just don't know that. Now, let me play. Like I said, I like this lady. I uploaded it twice. Hold on, y'all. Let me delete one of these because she be breaking it down and she make me laugh at the same time. But check this out. I think this is the oldest one, but hold on.
Well, well, well. So the bitch boy who cried Biden is crying Biden again. Yes, Daddy Dumpy Pants took to his not-so-trues because he's got the blues. He's come home to the news that a lot of members of the GOP are not happy with thee. Yes, indeed. He's come home to the news that his approval rating has fell way below 40, hovering around 36 and 37% today. He's come home to an entire country that is upset with him because of the lies of the GOP. 42 million Americans will not be able to eat. So, you know that orange hoe. He slanged some shade, one of his enemies' way, and he took to his not-so-trues to say some very out-of-the-way things about Mr. Biden today. Declares that he should be in jail, honey. That's funny. Coming from a 34-time convicted felon, fraudster, and adjudicated rapist. Who belongs in jail here, dear? Considering the fact that Daddy Dumpy Pants has issued pardons to anybody that threw money his way, even those who played.
There's the second part to that, but I couldn't find it. Just letting y'all know. But again, he is selling this country off to the highest bidder. He is trying to pretend in our faces that he is trying to help with Russia and Ukraine to clear things up. But no, that's not what he's doing. He's trying to get Ukraine to cave into Russia. Just like China hacked the congressional, what was it? They hacked the congressional department and their system. Because I forgot what it's called. So don't hold it against me. Charge it to my head, not my heart, because I'll be forgetting the name of some of these things. I ain't gonna lie, but I do keep my eye out on it. And again, he is selling this country off to the highest bidder that he can. Because they're running around here taking bribes and airplanes and all kinds of things. They're using our government funds, not nothing they paid into, because they don't pay their taxes. Y'all know that. But our personal money and using it for their own personal gain. So I want to show y'all Miss Ayanna Pressley. I love her just as much as I love me some Jasmine Crockett. It's another young lady like to eat the Orange Demon and his people up too. I can't think of her name, but I'm gonna get her. I know one is Monique Presley, be tearing them down. I know Jasmine Crockett. I know Ayanna Pressley. But I can't think of the other lady's young name. But let me play Ayanna Pressley for y'all, because if y'all did not see it or not, she asked a bunch of questions on the Congress floor, and they kept trying to shut her up and didn't want her to say what she was going to say. So let me show y'all that, because they don't want the Democrats to say anything, because they don't want the people meaning the people, meaning us, to know what's going on. They just want us to see the snippets and the stuff he put on his stupid ass internet or on TikTok or Twitter or whatever. I don't know why anybody's even still following on Twitter in the first place. It's called Twitter to me. It's not called X. I don't care what they call it. He can name it after his son. The muskrat can name it after his son all he want. But that's Twitter. X sounds stupid as hell, and that's what it is. But let me play Miss Ayanna Presley for you.
Rules of the committee. This is my time. This is my time.
And it's
I
our
ask the
dollars.
questions and you answer, but you're too much of a coward to answer. Here we're having a hearing in oversight on misuse of oversight of and misuse of federal funds in Minnesota. Again, fraud should be investigated and it should be prevented. And the way that you prevent it is by holding people accountable who commit it. And you can't have selective outrage about that. So when I pushed back on the Republican witnesses and said, okay, you guys care so much about fraud. You want fraudsters to be held accountable. And I asked them, what does accountability look like? And the woman who is the head of the fraud prevention committee in Minnesota said incarceration. So I said, okay, well, if that's true, will you then raise your hand in opposition of Donald Trump's pardons of a Minnesota man who was a January 6th insurrectionist who assaulted police officers. He owes $2.6 million in restitution. Raise your hand if you oppose Trump's pardon of this Minnesota individual. I asked Republican witnesses if they would raise their hand in opposition to Donald Trump's pardon of BitMEX, a corporation that owes $100 million in restitution and fines. Now raise your hand if you oppose Trump's pardon of this crypto company. And then I asked them if they would raise their hands in vigorous opposition of George Santos's pardon, who committed fraud to the tune of $370,000. And they all refused to do it. Raise your hand if you oppose this pardon. Now they're going to do what they always do. They're going to traffic in racist tropes. They're going to, say I'm grandstanding.
Ma'am, this grandstanding nonsense
This is not grandstanding.
exactly
this is
what
accountability.
Minnesotans hate about D.C.
This is accountability, and you are hypocrites. Accuse me of being out of control when they were the ones that were out of control. They refused to answer my questions. They kept infringing on my time. You know why you so often hear women in committee saying reclaiming my time? Because Republican witnesses are so often speaking over us, trying to silence us. And so I didn't even get to finish my closing statement. So the point here is they're a bunch of hypocrites. And so is the king that they are so loyal to.
Okay. Now, again, fair use is in full effect for all these clips or videos I'm going to show you. And they are covered under the Copyright Act of 1976. Okay. These shouldn't really count much because they didn't come from YouTube or any other thing, but who knows? But anyway, let me show y'all something else. Now, they want everybody to eat healthy. The Orange Demon don't want nobody to buy junk food and no food like that, and make sure that everybody is spending their money the way they want to. I thought it was our money to spend the way we want to because we pay taxes and he don't. But anywho, check this out about our food. Now, I've been posting on my Instagram. Every time I see something about some food that they are making and selling to us to eat, I've been sharing those videos on my Instagram. And I'm going to show you one right here that blew my mind. I don't know about y'all, but it blew my mind. So again, please do me a favor when you come in the building. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the video. Please share the video. Because a lot of people want to say, I ain't watching that news. I'm not watching that stuff. And you not watching is part of the reason that nobody knows what the hell is going on, because people want to act stupid and don't want to pay attention to what's going on. Which is sad because it affects you too, boo. And I mean everybody. Not black, not melanin deficient, Spanish, English, Haitians, whoever you are. That demon is trying to ship people Americans. Oh, let me see if I found that other video. Americans. He's trying to ship Americans anywhere. Let me see if I found that, if I saved that video, because I have a video of this young lady talking about people are over in other countries, out of the country. They can't get back in. There's no airplane fights or anything. No airplane fights. None of it. They can't get out. Now, let me see if I can find it first before I run my mouth too much. Where is she at? Where is she? Where is she? Where is she? I could have swore I saved her. If I didn't, I'm going to be angry. But let me show you, first and foremost, about this food thing that had popped up on me earlier.
Can you give me an example of a food that's a vaccine?
You recognize?
Yes. University of California, Riverside has already perfected the ability to put human vaccines into our lettuce right now. Also, tomatoes has the ability to do that also for UC Berkeley. And then Big Tobacco, RJ Reynolds and stuff has perfected the ability to put a human vaccine into tobacco products.
Chairman Clements?
And is that even legal to do in the state of Tennessee, to sell those with a vaccine in them?
You recognize?
Well, I'm not arguing that point. What I'm saying is there is no law deeming those that when you go into a grocery store, you should know as a consumer, this head of lettuce is a head of lettuce. The head of lettuce right next to it could contain a vaccine in it. All we're saying is if it does have the vaccine in it, make sure it's listed as a pharmaceutical so people can get the proper dosage.
You recognize?
Thank you. Well, my question is right now, can you walk into a grocery store and there be a head of lettuce for sale that has a vaccine in it? I don't think that's allowed under state law presently. And if it is, and you have to list it as a pharmaceutical, are we going to then have Walgreens pharmacists with a refrigerated section? I mean, how's this going to play out?
You recognize?
Thank you. This is more of a consumer protection bill right here, is to make sure that if you're going in to buy tomatoes and there's a polio vaccine in there, that you are aware of what you're buying has a polio vaccine. The problem you have is if it's not treated as a pharmaceutical, being the size and difference between you and me, how many tomatoes do I have to eat to get the proper dosage versus how many tomatoes that you have to eat? And if you eat too many, do you get a overdose? If you eat too less, it's like we had in the cattle industry with aeromycin, we weren't dosing our cattle properly and the horn flies were developing an immunity to it. If we don't have the proper dosage of a vaccine, it could lead to the efficacy of that drug not work anymore.
Now, y'all saw that, right? Y'all see that they are putting vaccines in your food, in our food. My cousin pick on me because the only thing I eat from a salad is lettuce. I'm glad I don't eat tomatoes because I don't need no vaccines in my tomatoes, like I said before. And I mean what I say. I don't care what they say. Until that demon and his whole crew is out of that office, I'm not taking another vaccine. I will stay away from everybody to make sure I do not get ill. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go home and back in my little hole so I do not have to worry about getting nobody sick, nobody getting me sick. Because I have never had cousin 19. I stayed in the house the whole time. And I never got sick. And I don't plan on getting sick this time either. So, the fact that they're putting vaccines in lettuce and tomatoes is insanity to me. It's bad enough they're selling plastic rice. I just watched a video of a young lady got her some Quaker Oats oatmeal from Walmart. Stop buying Walmart food, people. It's not right. There was no oatmeal in that box. What was in that container was some weird looking stuff, and then it was worms in it. There was no oatmeal in it. It was only worms. She poured water in it. You don't see an oat in there. It looked like a web in the inside of that can. If I could find the video again, I'm going to snatch it and I'm going to put it on my community wall. So, while we do that, fair use, fair use, fair use. From our one and only Miss Jasmine Crockett. Listen to what she got to say. She got a whole lot to say, but listen to this one.
We're living through the most corrupt presidential administration in American history, a $300 million ballroom, a $230 million payout from the Department of Justice because the president got his feelings hurt because he had to be investigated for being a criminal. Hundreds of thousands of taxpayer dollars spent at Trump-owned properties around the country, Trump-branded wine being sold at the Coast Guard exchanges, American taxpayer dollars being spent on DHS propaganda ads on Truth Social, awarding federal contracts to corporations in exchange for campaign contributions. Kash Patel flew his girlfriend around the country on a multi-million-dollar jet that taxpayers paid for. Kristi Noem gave companies she's affiliated with hundreds of millions of tax dollars, then went out and spent another $200 million on 2 private jets for her travel. For 12 months, this administration has been taking billions of taxpayer dollars from American people. And Republicans on this committee, yeah, just as quiet as the room just got, right? So, Mr. Ballou, talk to me about how the Trump administration has welcomed fraud across government by purging DOJ attorneys and shuttering ethics office across the federal government.
Well, you know, one of the things that's been a common theme in this discussion so far is potential government employee involvement in some of these schemes. That hasn't been proven yet, but it does seem to be alleged. The concern that I have is the office that would prosecute that in the Department of Justice, the Public Integrity Section, has been largely defunded and decimated.
Thank you so much. And my time has expired, but I do have some...
Okay. We all know DOJ. We know half of government workers have been laid off or fired. And this is crazy because he is getting rid of all the people that know their job, and he's putting illiterate dummies in those jobs. Most of them are newscasters that lie for a living for him. That's where P. Headset and all them weirdos came from. MSNBC News, I do believe it is. They don't know what they're doing. The Orange Demon don't even know what he's doing. People are writing up shit. He just signed his name with his little perfect little magic markers because he doesn't even use a pen. That's how slow he is, and he got the nerve to call other people slow. And like I said before, and I'm gonna keep on saying, if he want foreigners to go back to their countries, ship his wife back where she came from if it's still there. Most of Americans can't go nowhere because we're from this land. See, we are Americans. I don't know where his family came from, but I know an American. I was born and raised here. My mama was born and raised here. So I'm like either 3rd, 4th generation of Americans. My family been here for a long time. And ain't no orange that bastard gonna tell me you gonna ship me somewhere. Just like a heads up to everybody. Heads up, if you didn't listen to the news, because y'all don't want to hear nothing about politics, I'm going to give it to you right here. If you have a passport, I don't care when you got it, if it's brand spanking new, y'all better make sure y'all get to the pick up that phone and call the main office about your passport, because people are getting on flights and they're getting to their destination outside the country and the government is shutting off their passports. So it seems like it's either lost or stolen or they never had one. So people are having a problem getting back into the states where they live. Just like I said, I watched a video earlier of a young lady was complaining because I thought I saved it, but I didn't. She was stating that there are a bunch of people, globs of people at airports in other countries trying to get back home, but there's no airplanes coming in or out of the United States. I think she's in Jamaica somewhere or something. Cancun, somewhere. I forgot what country she's in. But those people can't get home because there's no airplanes going in or out of that island to the United States. So if you have a passport and you love to fly, make sure your passport is still valid, because you will get in the air on that plane and your passport can be shut off. So when you land, you can't get back. That's part of his plan to get rid of a lot of people too. You take your ass to another country. When you get over there, you better check your passport, because they're deactivating those passports. They're making it like either you never had one or it's lost or stolen. And you won't be able to get back home or get back to your job. So again, people that don't like to listen to the news, don't want to hear what's going on, if you got a passport and you plan on flying somewhere, hell, he might mess around and start doing with the Carnival cruises and stuff. You know, the cruises that be out in the middle of the water, because once you're out in the middle of the water, you're no longer in the United States. So you better hope your passport works. You better check your passport before you even go anywhere. Make sure it wasn't lost. They didn't claim it was lost or stolen, or you never had one. I'm glad I don't fly, and I don't know nothing about flying. And I'm glad I didn't waste my money on a passport yet. Like I said, I'm not doing nothing until that orange wicked demon is out of office. Him and all his flunkies and cronies got to go before I take any vaccines, try to attempt to get a passport, any of that shenanigans, because I'm not doing it. I'm not being. But let me let Jasmine Crockett tell you some more stuff. Fair use, fair use, fair use.
Stop scrolling. I need you to listen, because our national security is being sold off for parts. If you think Donald Trump is making deals, you are sadly mistaken. He is getting played. We just caught the Trump team in a historic betrayal right inside the White House, and I have the proof right here. Let's get into it. I'm not here to gossip. I brought the receipts. We are talking about Steve Witkoff, Trump's special envoy. Bloomberg just released the transcripts of a bombshell call that exposes everything. Witkoff, a man paid by your tax dollars, was caught literally coaching Russian officials. You heard that right. An American official was teaching Putin's people how to stroke Donald Trump's ego, to manipulate the president of the United States. He even fed them information on President Zelensky's schedule so Putin could sabotage the meeting. Make it make sense. Since when do we let Americans work as consultants for our adversaries? That isn't diplomacy, that is collusion. And this so-called peace plan they are bragging about, do not get it twisted. This is a 28-point surrender plan. And guess who wrote it? Not the State Department. Moscow wrote it. The Russians drafted the ultimatum, handed it to Witkoff, and Trump slapped his name on it like it was one of his cheap hotels. They want to force Ukraine to give up their freedom just to make Putin happy. But President Zelensky looked them dead in the eye and said, "Not today, Donald." Zelensky rejected the trap. He is now rallying a coalition of the willing with Europe, Canada, and Australia because he knows he can't trust a White House that is dancing to Putin's tune. So what is the price we pay for this? The world is moving on without us. Germany and our NATO allies are saying it out loud. The U.S. is no longer reliable. The German Defense Minister Boris Pistorius warned that this forced capitulation is a blueprint for future aggression. They are increasing their own military budgets by billions because they know the guy in the Oval Office is asleep at the wheel. And don't tell me Trump is some master negotiator. Look at Saudi Arabia. He gave them our F-35 jets, gave them our top secret chips, and got a big fat zero in return. No peace deal, nothing. He claims to be the master of the art of the deal. But the truth is, he is the mark. He is the one getting scammed, and we are the ones paying the price. This isn't peace through strength. This is peace through capitulation. We are losing our standing on the world stage. We are isolated, and Trump is gambling with your safety just to please dictators. Do not let this slide. Share this video. Tag your friends. The people need to know the naked truth before it is too late. I am Jasmine Crockett, and I just served you the facts. Class dismissed.
Okay. There's your receipt on that. So let me do just a little intermission real quick. Where did it go? Well, I know what to do. Hold on, y'all.
Good evening, beautiful people. Welcome to the queendom of thoughts of us to Queen Bee. Please come on in and relax and join the conversation. We are the royal gladiators. Thank you for the love. Crown on kings and queens, and always remember God is in control. Now drop those purple hearts in the chat. That is my love to you all. Have a blessed day. Now hype me up in that algorithm. Hype me up in that algorithm. Hype me up in that algorithm. Hype me up in that algorithm.
Okay, I'm back. Now, I love that song. But anywho, let me continue on. Okay? Because I'm going to give you these little clips I got first before I go over to my boy Roland Martin and Joy Ann Reed. Okay? Because I got some stuff to talk about. And this video is going to be however long it is because I need y'all to pay attention. I need y'all to wake up. Stop saying you can't stand what's going on, but you're not talking about it. I understand the Orange Demon wants to go after channels that talk about him. That's why I never say his name. His name is not worth being talked about. Now, if somebody else say it in a video, fine. But me, that's an Orange Demon. Because he don't mean us no good. And he is destroying our country. And he's been in there, what, a year? And he's rolling us back, trying to roll us back 60 years. I ain't feeling it. Are y'all? I want to know how y'all feel. Leave y'all comments down in the comment section. I'm serious. It's a heart attack on that. Let me play this video I found.
Representative Thompson, I was unfamiliar with your game.
So where is Antifa headquartered?
What we're doing right now with the organization.
Where in the United States does Antifa exist?
Yeah.
If it's a terrorist organization, and you've identified it as number one.
We are building out the infrastructure right now.
So what does that mean? We're trying to get the information. You say Antifa is a terrorist organization. Tell us as a committee, how did you come to that? Where do they exist? How many members do they have in the United States as of right now?
Well, that's very fluid. It's ongoing for us to understand that. The same, no different than Al Qaeda and ISIS.
No, I don't want you. I'll ask one question, sir. I just want you to tell us. If you said Antifa is the number one domestic terrorist organization operating in the United States, I just need to know where they are, how many people. I don't want a name. I don't want anything like that. Just how many people have you identified with the FBI that Antifa is made of?
Well, the investigations are active.
So you wouldn't come to this committee and say something you can't prove. I know you wouldn't do that. But you did.
Yeah. That's what they do. They make up lies. They make up stories to blame what The melanin deficient people of the United States, the hate mongers, the MAGA Republics, the Republicans is what I call them, the Republicans. Them people and their people and the MAGA people, those are the American terrorists. Those are the ones that are running around snatching people out of their homes, busting people car doors and windows, shooting people through their cars like they did Miss Renee, rest her soul. People are getting that video a little confused because there's like about 4 or 5 videos out there from different angles. That ICE agent or whatever he is, first he piled her through the window, her front window. Then he went to the side of her car when he moved out of the way when she was trying to get away from them people. She wasn't trying to ram that man with her car with their lying asses, but that's what the orange demon and his flunkies keep saying. That lady was trying to move out of the way, and they killed her. They murdered her in the middle of a street in Minnesota. I hope they find this person because the government is probably hiding him. That's why can't nobody find him. But y'all know, if there was any man of color, that car would have been riddled with holes in it. They'd have never stopped shooting at it. They never would have stopped. Just like I listened to a live about a Caucasian man was yelling at ICE in their face. Shout out to Marcella. Speak with your girl, Marcella. That's where I heard that. Had to remember where I heard that. He was cussing that ICE agent out. All the ICE agent was doing was talking junk to him. He ain't try to arrest him. Because he ain't committing no crime, just like nobody else committed the crime. Everybody else trying to go on about their business. But he got these people from Border Patrol, send them bastards back to Border Patrol. Because that's the job they know. ICE agents, to me, and I'm going to keep on saying it. I don't care who don't like it, who don't agree with it. That's your opinion. We all entitled to one. But I believe most of those ICE agents, the reason why they had their faces covered, because they were part of January 6th. That's what I believe. Because those are a bunch of criminals. And, you know, the orange demon love criminals that'll do anything he asks. Yeah, he does that. And that's what he did. Okay. So they're hiding this. I still think he's a fake agent. I don't even believe he's really an officer, honestly. I think they're hiding him so he can't get in trouble, but I hope they find him. And I wish the communities would do like a lot of communities doing, run them bitches out of there. Get them the hell up out of there. Now, I'm going to keep it real with y'all. We all have a part to play in this. We do. We all have a part to play in this. But one thing, just one little thing, that I don't think most black folks should have to be doing, and that's marching. That march has been happening for 60 years. I think it's time for the melanin deficient people to stand the fuck up and stand up for everybody, not just for their asses, but for everybody. Because see, when people of color stand up, black people, I mean, I say people of color, when black people, black folks from America, when people stand up, we always right there to hold their hand. And it's time to stop holding people's hands because they don't care when we get unalived at all. Unless they were dating one of them, married to one of them, got kids by one of them. They don't really care about us. They don't care about us. Just like the orange demon said, he gonna make it illegal for overweight people to fly. So his fat ass should never be able to get in the plane. I'm just letting y'all know what's going on in the United States because people are asleep at the wheel. People rather argue, fuss, and fight about stupid shit instead of paying attention to what's going on in this country. Because it's a mess. And our lives depend on it. Why? Because the orange demon, like I said, is shipping Americans born and raised. He talk about the born and raised terrorists. He should be sending most of him and his friends back to wherever they came from. Just like another thing that gets on my nerves, people keep doing white They're not white. They are melanin deficient. And I need melanin deficient people to understand that this ain't your country. This not your country. This dumbass flag in the back, that flag don't mean shit. Not to me. I don't know about y'all, but it don't mean nothing to me. Just like I said, that pledge allegiance to the flag, you need to read the whole thing. The whole thing. I bet you'll stop. Because our blood was spilt all over those American flags. Everybody like to praise Lincoln. I don't know why y'all praising Lincoln. Y'all better do y'all research for real on Lincoln. Yeah, he helped. And then he helped because he wanted to help free slaves. That's not why he helped. So I advise y'all to go check that out. That's not why he helped. He helped for his own gain. It had nothing to do with us. Just like there's a lot of people that had slaves. There were black people that had slaves because they thought they were better than the slaves. But they weren't. They were puppets too. And a lot of people that don't understand why a lot of not Caucasian, melanin deficient people. The reason why a lot of melanin deficient people have in their genes, they have African American DNA in their system is most likely because one of the slave masters or maybe one of their grandparents or great grandparents messed with somebody that was black or indigenous or a Native American of this land. So that's why. It's that your family didn't like it, so they turned around and started just messing with melanin deficient people. But it was too late. Another thing people need to realize. Some melanin deficient people gonna get mad at me for saying this, but I'm just speaking y'all the truth. And people that know, they know. Everybody on this planet came from a black person. Adam and Eve was the first black people on this land. So know your history. We do have black history. We got that shenanigan, funuckery bull crap that they try to sell to us as history, but they leave a lot of shit out. They leave a lot of stuff out. Just like a lot of stuff that melanin deficient people claim they made. They ain't make that. They stole those patents and stuff from black people. Just like the black lady, I forgot her name. Whoever knows her name, please put it in the chat. The black lady, they took her stem cells and been using them for decades. For decades. To cure stuff. To find out stuff. Just like, who was it? Was it Jasmine Crockett the other day? Was talking about how they were running around here taking blood samples from children. That's against the law. But what do these demons know about the law? They don't believe in law and order. They believe in chaos, disruption, dysfunction. That's why I keep telling y'all, we live in the purge. He is trying to purge the United States of anybody of color or different nationalities, because he's still been deporting people, melanin deficient people from other countries. He's deporting them too. But people crack me up because they give him so much rah-rah for talking about he's deporting all these people. President Obama, my last and final president. I'll take half of Biden, but both of them deported more people out of this country, back to their country, than Donald Duck, or the Orange Demon rather, has ever done. So stop falling for that bullshit. He's deporting people. How you deporting people when you got all your border patrol people pretending to be regular police officers as ICE agents? And it's also sad that you have the National Guard in cities and states where hell probably half of them live at, and you want them to go against the people that they've known all their lives to satisfy your sick satisfaction. We got problems, people. That man don't care about us, and he is selling our country away a bit at a time. He is selling nuclear plans, allegedly. He is giving our money, our hard-earned money that we worked hard for. Yeah, because y'all know he ain't never had a job. But we worked hard for that money. And he is taking our money. Do I need to play it again? I'm going to play it again for y'all. For the people that don't believe me. Jasmine Crockett ain't got no reason to lie. That's why they don't want her. That's why they don't want her in that position. Because they know she going to bring the house down. That's why they don't want her there. But I'm going to play it for y'all again, just so y'all remember this.
Stop scrolling. I need you to listen, because our national security is being sold off for parts. If you think Donald Trump is making deals, you are sadly mistaken. He is getting played. We just caught the Trump team in a historic betrayal right inside the White House, and I have the proof right here. Let's get into it. I'm not here to gossip. I brought the receipts. We are talking about Steve Witkoff, Trump's special envoy. Bloomberg just released the transcripts of a bombshell call that exposes everything. Witkoff, a man paid by your tax dollars, was caught literally coaching Russian officials. You heard that right. An American official was teaching Putin's people how to stroke Donald Trump's ego to manipulate the president of the United States. He even fed them information on President Zelensky's schedule so Putin could sabotage the meeting. Make it make sense. Since when do we let Americans work as consultants for our adversaries? That isn't diplomacy, that is collusion. And this so-called peace plan they are bragging about, do not get it twisted. This is a 28-point surrender plan. And guess who wrote it? Not the State Department. Moscow wrote it. The Russians drafted the ultimatum, handed it to Witkoff, and Trump slapped his name on it like it was one of his cheap hotels. They want to force Ukraine to give up their freedom just to make Putin happy. But President Zelensky looked them dead in the eye and said, "Not today, Donald." Zelensky rejected the trap. He is now rallying a coalition of the willing with Europe, Canada, and Australia because he knows he can't trust a White House that is dancing to Putin's tune. So what is the price we pay for this? The world is moving on without us. Germany and our NATO allies are saying it out loud. The U.S. is no longer reliable. The German Defense Minister Boris Pistorius warned that this forced capitulation is a blueprint for future aggression. They are increasing their own military budgets by billions because they know the guy in the Oval Office is asleep at the wheel. And don't tell me Trump is some master negotiator. Look at Saudi Arabia. He gave them our F-35 jets, gave them our top secret chips, and got a big fat zero in return. No peace deal, nothing. He claims to be the master of the art of the deal. But the truth is, he is the mark. He is the one getting scammed, and we are the ones paying the price. This isn't peace through strength. This is peace through capitulation. We are losing our standing on the world stage. We are isolated, and Trump is gambling with your safety just to please dictators. Do not let this slide. Share this video. Tag your friends. The people need to know the naked truth before it is too late. I am Jasmine Crockett, and I just served you the facts. Class dismissed.
Okay? Remember that. This is not a game. It's not a game. And people need to wake the hell up. People really need to wake up. But I'm going to send a prayer to everybody. This says to my sisters, but I'm sending it to everybody. Because we all need to stay prayed up and know God's in control. Hopefully God will sit his fat orange tail down soon. But this is a prayer for each and everybody that come through here, because this is needed.
My sister on the other side of this screen right now. I don't know her name, Father God, but you're all knowing, so you know exactly who I'm talking about. I pray for her strength and for her guidance. She's feeling lost and overwhelmed right now, and she needs your help in finding her way. Forgive her for getting ahead of your plans. Help her to know when to stop and listen for your direction, because it is your ways that are perfect, Lord. Help her to make wise decisions that will lead her closer to your path for her life. Give her strength and courage to persevere when times are difficult. Lead her with love and with your truth so that she may live a life that brings glory to your name. Thank you for your guidance, your protection, and your gentle grace. thank you for holding my sister's hand. May you bless her and keep her. May you turn your face towards her and be gracious to her. I pray that in her life, nothing would be missing or broken, and that you would give her everything that she needs pertaining to life and godliness. May the presence of your Holy Spirit continue to fill her up and maximize all that she was created and redeemed to be. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
All right. That is really my hour. I didn't want to take it longer than an hour, but it's like 55 minutes. So I want to thank y'all for coming through. Like I said, please share the video. Please hit the like button and subscribe to the channels. I'd appreciate that. So with that being said, it's a Stu Queen be out, y'all. Have a blessed one. Oh, and a friendly reminder, I almost forgot. There will be another political video coming soon because there's still more y'all need to know. All right. Again, it's a Stu Queen be out. Have a wonderful day, y'all.
In the heart of the brave, where we rise, sisters and brothers, hear our cry. This is our country, built on dreams. No chains on us, bursting at the seams. From the ashes, we lift our voices. In the face of destruction, we make our choices. The past and the present collide. We the people with pride, no need to hide. Stand up, stand tall. This is our land, hear the call. No kings, just us. Together we rise, in unity we trust. In unity we trust. See the flames, we'll dance in the fire. Truth, we won't let you break. In this land of the free, we're wide awake. These streets, they tell stories untold of battles we fought, of hearts turned bold. With love as our armor and hope in our stride, we stand together, there's nothing to hide. Stand up, stand tall, this is our land, hear the call. No kings, just us. Together we rise, in unity we trust. In unity we trust. Through the storms, through the night, we'll forge ahead, fueled by the light. No time